Hey guys, I'm back at the FAtwA Center, and I've posted a hypocrite here because this is what Mr. FAtwA Center himself is in the way he answers a Muslim lady who inquires about having 4 husbands. So let's check out the question and the answer here from the FAtwA Center. Okay, see if we can get some more jokes and laughs from this site. This one might leave some people a little bit angry, especially women, but okay, here we go. This is actually from 2004. It's an older one. And the question she asks, according to Islam, women cannot marry more than one male, as when we will not know who the father is, but today we can know who the father is by DNA testing. So how can we answer this question if posed by a non-Muslim? And so I'm greatly, pleased that she's having non-Muslims ask her questions. She doesn't know how to answer them, so she's turned to the FAtwA Center. I just hope that when she got her answer from the FAtwA Center, she took a second look at it, and I hope it planted some seeds of distaste in her mind. So I'm going to read the answer from Mr. FAtwA Center, and then I'm going to answer the FAtwA Center for his answer. All right, so here we go. He answers, you have to know that Islam prohibits a woman to marry more than one man. This is not just to protect the progeny, but for many other wisdoms. These wisdoms are known by some people and not known by others. This is a sneaky sentence, because really what this sentence means is these wisdoms are known by some men and not known by women. Because, it's only a man that could come up with, these sort of wisdoms and apply them to themselves, and yet not apply them to the opposite sex. So let's read on. He writes here, therefore, even if it is confirmed that a father of the child can be determined by DNA testing, still this does not change the ruling due to several reasons. Now let's look at his reasons. If a woman is busy taking care of more than one husband, which one would she obey? Take it into consideration that people differ in their nature and character. Well, Mr. FAtwA Center, the answer is quite simple. If a woman was to marry 4 husbands, she's rather something similar to a very much of a macho woman, let's say, or a woman in charge, or let's say an alpha female. She probably doesn't have to obey anyone. Okay? She's got 4 husbands. Or, on a gentler side, we can just say that when each husband is in their own home, she can visit each one in his time, on his turn, during his hour, and she can obey him then. Is it not true in Islam that when a man marries 4 women, he has to provide for them equally, equal time and equal residence? They all get their own homes. So I don't think that it's going to be a clash of a bunch of people all together. All right, we're not talking about, a commune here. We're talking about individual residences, and I'm sure the same would apply for Muslim women marrying 4 men. All right, let's go on. One wants to travel and the other wants to stay where he resides. Well, that's not a problem. That's not a problem. She can spend a week with one husband who wants to travel. They can go to Hawaii, lay on the beach, get a beautiful suntan, and the one that wants to reside at home, he can sit on his couch, watch TV, eat popcorn, no problem. And when the wife comes home from her Hawaii, Honolulu vacation, she can go over and, spend her week with the one at home, and he can admire her beautiful tan and reap the benefits of that tan. So there you go. No problem. Now he writes, one wants to have sexual intercourse with her at a specific hour, and the other wants the same at the same time. Okay, Mr. FAtwA Center, let's change the sentence around. Okay? Let's pretend it's your wives. All right? One of your wives wants to have sexual intercourse with you at a specific hour, and the other of your wife wants it at the same time. How are you going to deal with it, sir? How are you going to deal with it? When you tell me how you're going to deal with that, I'll tell you how I would deal with it. okay, or she would deal with it. But you know what, just to make it simple, let me remind you, sir, that each has an appointed hour and time and a visitation, because you must be fair with your husbands. You'll spend equal time with them, okay? So they don't get it all at once. This is not an orgy situation. I don't know where your mind is. All right, let's read on. One wants hot food, the other wants cold. Okay. So you go over and you spend your, night with one husband, and you ask him, hey honey, what do you want for dinner? And he'll say, I want some hot food. She'll say, coming right up. And then the next day she'll go over and she'll see the second husband, and she'll say, honey, what do you want for dinner? And he'll say, I want a cold turkey sandwich. And she'll say, baby, it's coming right up. I don't see the problem here, Mr. FAtwA Center. Each man has appointed hour and time of visitation allotted him. I don't know where your mind is. Okay. Let's read on. So how can life be acceptable with the above conditions? Well, I've just answered that, sir. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. Is that not so? What is applicable for you is applicable for her. If you are going to put yourself in a situation where you have, 4 wives, the same rules apply. Okay? Right? Equal timeshare, right? Their own private residences. All right, let's move on. In addition to this, she has to fulfill the need of her husband, whether in relation to sexual intercourse or else. Mr. FAtwA Center, your mind is not in the top of your head, is it? My goodness. All Muslim men also think about is the property, the woman being a property, and make herself available for sex for the men. Okay. This answer of mine applies to the same. She will give her attention to her husband in due course when it's his appointed time. All right. Now, if we assume that their needs are at the same time, how can she fulfill them? Mr. FAtwA Center, how do you fulfill your 4 wives' needs at the same time? Stop or answering with ridiculous answers that are non-applicable. Just don't apply. Okay? If she is impregnated by one husband and then the others have sexual intercourse with her, then they have committed, a prohibition from which the prophet warning says, it is not allowed for a man who believes in Allah and the last day to have intercourse with a woman who is pregnant from another man. Well, okay, where's the problem here? Where's the problem? The wife will simply direct her husband to the hadiths and allow her husband to read them, and that will shut him up. Okay, because there's the answer. What's next? In addition to the above, if the woman has many husbands, it is not safe for fatal disease to spread like AIDS and other diseases. Ew, ew, ew. I have to agree. Sir, I think that multiple partner fluid exchange is a very dangerous situation, and you can spread disease. So let's take this sentence and change it around for you. In addition to the above, if the husband has many wives, it is not safe for fatal disease to spread like AIDS and other diseases. Sir, you've been practicing this same disgusting practice yourself for how many years? 12, 16, 1400 years. Okay, so how can you turn around and deny the opposite sex the same ugly, fatal sickness, diseases that you've been accumulating for yourself all this time? Okay, that's the end of the video. Obviously, we can see that Islam is a man-made religion for men, and Mr. FAtwA Center, he's a perfect example of a perfect macho Muslim male. See you guys later.